Hi, Barbara.
Hi, Leah. Good
I'm
to see
happy to
you.
see you. I know. Good to see you too.
Yeah, likewise.
So today
So how,
we're just talking, and we're going to share some
yeah,
mediumship with people watching. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. We had a lot of questions.
yeah. I screen grabbed a few. Did you also? You had some questions.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
And
How are you?
sorry, how I am? Was that your question?
Yeah. How
Yeah,
are
I'm good. I'm good in the shift and everything and the full moon and I heard there are two moons, like the asteroids between the sun and the moon. It will look like two moons. Have you heard about that?
No.
It will be the end of September, we will have two, well, it looks like two moons, but one is an asteroid. So
Oh,
that's exciting. And
yeah.
how are you?
I'm good. Just very busy. All the plates spinning and very busy. You said you've been doing a lot of readings. Yes.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love to do it. Yeah.
I know.
And
I've been
people,
busy too. This time of year, August was a little slower and then it got super busy in September for you too.
yeah, yeah, me too. Yeah. You have holidays ending and everything. So, yeah, and people, they just want to know. They really want to go deep. And I love that. They
Mm,
want to go deeper and deeper. And
yeah.
that's what we're here for.
Yes, I know. Well,
Yeah.
so for anyone watching and not doesn't remember, we met through my podcast. Your
Yeah.
people got in touch with my people, and we did a podcast, and we connected, and then
Yeah.
we just have become friends ever since then. And
Yeah.
I love our connection.
Me too. It feels like familiar. And I remember coming on your podcast that my internet went down all the time. And I really think that was the spirit in your house trying to just disconnect us or something.
Yeah,
That
maybe.
was really weird, remember?
I do. Yep, I do. Well, what
Yeah.
I love is that so Barbara's in Amsterdam and I'm in New Jersey. And because of our connection and because we're both mediums and intuitives, there's been times like where we dream about each other or we have similar
Yeah.
visions. Just the other night, I texted you. I was like, "Do you eat crackers with fruit in them?" Because
Yeah.
literally in my
Yeah.
dream time, it's like you were coming to say hello, and you had this little flatbread cracker kind of thing with some fruit
Yeah.
in it, and I don't know if you were eating them at that time, but something about you was saying
Yeah.
hi to me and offering me food, which was
Yeah.
sweet.
Uh, yeah, I eat them all the time, these fruit crackers. Yeah. That's weird,
Really,
but lovely.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lovely. So,
Yeah.
um, so what do you want to say to people about for those maybe who haven't had readings before, a reading before?
That no question is silly,
Hmm.
and getting deeper insight into yourself is always very valuable. And also getting to know yourself better on a
Hmm.
soul level, why you're here, what your soul mission is. It can be very often people had the feeling, but they weren't sure. And then we tell them what they already felt. So it's always familiar
Hmm.
in some kind of way. So, and it's not scary, never. It's always uplifting.
Yeah, it's validating,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
right? It
yeah,
validates a person a lot. I love,
yeah,
I love readings when, the people that a person wants to hear from on the other side, a loved one.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
and I always tell people, at least I tell people, I can't force that to happen. I try to make connection whenever I can.
yeah, yeah,
And so sometimes, I've had to actually ask specifically, will this energy or person come forward? And when they do, just the presence of them, it's like, you don't even have to really say that much, I feel like, to the person, but whatever, the little bits that we can share, it just,
yeah,
the other person just knows, they just feel that connection again. And it's so
yeah.
healing and so lovely to
Yeah.
watch people remember, and watch people be in that
Yeah.
love state with the people that they love. I just love that
Oh,
so.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And the thing I love the most is we can feel the love that person has that
Mhm,
spirit has for that person we're reading for.
mhm,
And it's so unconditional love.
mhm.
Yeah, that's what I love the most. I think I don't want to leave that energy
I know.
because it's everything into one.
Yes, I know. It's
Yeah,
so beautiful in that space. We were sharing that before when we talked, just how it's like,
yeah,
I don't know, it makes me cry a lot. I cry a lot in my readings because I kind of do them usually with closed eyes because I
yeah,
have, I see, that's one of the main ways that I do my readings is I
yeah,
see. And when I'm in that state, it's just so beautiful. And,
yeah,
you can't help but to feel the emotion that is shared between the two people.
yeah.
And yeah, it's one of the best things in the world.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I saw
Yeah,
recently there's a
blessed.
show on Netflix about the medium. What's his name? Stephen Terry. Uh,
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Is it beautiful? Is it worth watching? I guess so.
that's not his name. Steven Tyler, maybe? I should know his
T-
name.
Tyler Henry,
Yes.
almost good. Steven Tyler is from Aerosmith. Well, maybe he's a psychic too. You never know.
You never know. I
Yeah.
just watched one episode. I had seen him in something else, but I'm not super familiar with his work. It was
Yeah.
good. I think he's good, but you know what it just kind of confirmed for me is like, oh,
Yeah.
it's kind of like what we do.
What we're doing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So,
Absolutely.
well,
Yeah.
what I love about us is both of us in different ways have the desire for media. I've done a lot of media in my past, and you're working with media
Yeah.
people, and you have show ideas, and I've written this movie, and we both do
Mm.
podcasts and stuff like that. And so I can't wait to see how that comes to this life, and how it plays out for
Yeah.
us, because I think it's kind
Yeah.
of, maybe it's not rare. I mean, there's certainly been, a lot of people have ideas and books and show
Mhm.
ideas and that kind of stuff, but
Yeah.
it's interesting that we connect on that way too.
Yeah. And maybe people are ready in the near future to go deeper. And
Yeah.
maybe that's why we are here.
Yeah.
Wild guess.
So we opened it up on Instagram just one time. We each posted, I
Yeah.
think, once to ask if anyone had questions, and we got a few questions. So do you want to get
Yeah.
into that, or do you want us to read each other a little bit, or what do you want to do?
We can start with a question if you
Okay.
want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And by the way, I wrote down the answers for the people who send me a question. Otherwise, I forget.
Oh,
So I wrote them down.
wow. You came prepared. I did not.
No, because it's more that I'm always a bit nervous being on Zoom.
Mhm.
And I just don't want to miss anything that my spirit guide uh, had for them.
Well,
So that's why I wrote it down.
should we both put input into these questions, or do you want to do you take one, I
Yeah, of
take one, you
course.
take one, I take, how do you want to do it?
Whatever you want.
I'm
Let's
open.
see let's see where it goes. This
Yeah,
is new for us too, so this is fun.
I know.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I figure because I don't know, do you know the people who sent you questions? Do you know them fairly well? Have you read for them before?
Some of them I did not, and some of them I did, but I forgot what I told them because I forget every reading.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do
yeah,
too until I get in it again, until I get into the field with them again.
yeah,
And then stuff starts going, oh yeah, that was.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I had no idea what I said. Like within a couple of days, it's gone, and
Yeah.
that's a good thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can't hold on to that stuff. Yeah.
Oh no.
All right. Well, so you wrote yours down. I just kind of took screenshots because I wanted to just get in it
Yeah,
on the spot here.
yeah.
Okay. Um, I'll read you one of these. How about that? Uh,
Okay.
okay, so from Stacy. Stacy says, "What happened? And is there anything I could have done to prevent his passing?" Very big question.
That's a very big question.
I know. I want to speak to that too, because I just did a private event last weekend and we had short little readings.
Yeah.
I tell people, since it's short, come with a question because I don't want to take all of our time, giving
Yeah.
you information that you may not want to have. And and
Yeah.
and this happens every time. And no,
Yeah.
no foul to anyone, but they ask these big questions like, am I okay? Or like,
Yeah.
well, what's going to happen next year? And I get it because I think there's a feeling in people of I don't want to give too much away to see if they're good at what they do. I don't want to tell the psychic too much
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
maybe they're going to whatever. But I always tell people, let's at least narrow it down to the category of, at least for me in a short
Yeah.
reading, like, do you want to talk about
Yeah.
work? Do you want to talk about relationships? Do you want to talk about family, about the loved one? Are you
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
way too?
Yeah. 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 Absolutely. With short readings, you have to.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So, and now I forgot about her question. The last part of her question is a no.
Right. I got that.
But I,
What happened? And is there anything I could have done to prevent his passing? So I'm just going to take a minute and tune in to Stacy. I don't know Stacy. Um, but I'm just going to see if anything comes through and see if it does for you. Either way. I definitely agree that there's nothing that she could have done to prevent his passing. Um,
no.
I get I want to say a middle-aged man. Is that where you're thinking too? Like a middle-aged man, not too old, not too young?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I don't know. I always need a first name because I want to focus on that specific person because maybe I'm picking up on somebody completely different. But
Mm,
I'm picking up on a middle-aged man and he's quite big.
yeah, I've got a bigger guy too. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
obese, but I would say, he's
A
not
teddy
frail.
bear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. He's
Yeah.
not frail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened? I don't feel like it was an accident. Um,
I only see one thing and that's all actually.
what do you say?
Well, I see this teddy bear and
Yeah.
he's a lovely guy, by the way, a bit stubborn, but I see him falling down.
Hmm.
But that wasn't the cause of death,
Hmm.
but I feel something in his body just shutting down, so that must be his heart. And
Hmm.
then falling down. That's what I wrote it down.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
Yeah.
And it was his time, by the way.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
have to always think that it's always the time, right? Isn't it always the
yeah,
time? I feel like I mean, I guess there are some things that are preventable, but it depends on what level you're looking at it, you know?
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, I'm similar. But it's interesting with the health thing though. Maybe it was a surprise even to him, I don't feel
yeah.
like this ongoing health issue that he was hiding.
No,
It feels like kind of like
sudden.
yeah, like a surprise.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, we'll call him Teddy for teddy bear.
yeah,
Hold the space for him and see if anything else comes up for
yeah,
him or Stacy. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea. And I hope Stacy's happy with what we saw
Yeah.
and felt. Yeah.
Yeah. He is a nice guy. It
Yeah.
feels like he feels like a nice
Yeah, and he turned inward the last couple of years. Like I feel him alone. So maybe he was with someone, but he felt alone
mm-hmm,
doing everything by himself and things like that. Yeah,
mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's that feeling of like his nice guy is very outward. Um, and not that he's not a nice guy inside, but I think he presented more bubbly and nice out
yeah,
to people, and
yeah,
um, I wouldn't go so far as to say depression inside, but like some maybe overthinking and feeling kind of um,
yeah,
strained, I guess I want to
yeah,
say. Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, I think we have the exact same guy in mind.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think
So
so.
I hope she answers you like because I want to know.
Yeah, I know. We'll find out.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll ask her when
yeah,
we're finished.
yeah,
Okay,
great.
well, let's move on to the next one then, I guess, huh?
Yeah, do you want to do one of mine?
Well, let's see what comes up
Okay.
and we'll share them. Yeah, let's just share them like we just did.
Yeah, okay, so this is from Petra.
What's the name?
Petra.
Petra?
So, yes,
Petra.
Pet,
Okay.
and I gave her a reading. I have no idea what I said. So her question is, do I have to do some action for my business or will it come to me?
Mm.
So do I have to do some action for my business or will it come to me?
Now, Petra, let me just see if I'm tuned into the right person. Does she have brown hair or darker hair? Do you
Oh
remember?
gosh, I think you're right. She's not blonde. I think she has darker, like lighter than your hair.
Yeah, but
And
brown, like more on the brown
yeah, yeah,
side.
yeah,
Okay. Is she in her like I don't know, I'm reading like 30s, 40s, like somewhere in that middle range of 35 to early 40s. Is that the right
I
range?
I think she will be happy with that.
What does that mean? She's
It
older?
means I think she's older, but I'm not sure. I think it's very, I don't know how young
Yeah,
she
it
is.
doesn't matter. That's the way
Yeah,
she has a very vivacious, like energetic, vivacious spirit about
yeah.
her. I guess I want to
Yeah,
say.
I feel you have her on, you are connecting with her. I can feel that. So yeah,
Okay.
she's
Yeah.
35. Petra, do you hear this? You're
Well,
35.
yeah, I would say like the 35 to 45, that to me is like the
Yeah,
it's like, when we're really ripe, I feel like no
yeah,
matter what age she is, her spirit and her heart is like really ripe and ambitious and
mhm,
vivacious. That's the only word I can think of. And so she's
yeah.
asking about her work. Is there something that she needs to do or will it come to her? Is that the question?
Yeah, if she has to do some action for my business or will it come to me?
Oh,
Yeah,
well, okay. So my rational brain is already in the middle of this. So, because my thought always is, um, yes, we have to do action. We have to participate in,
yeah,
um, and it comes to us. It's both. It's not one or the
yeah,
other. It's kind of a combination. Um,
yeah,
I feel like she's kind of creative, like I don't know if I want to say designer, but a creative type. Do you know about that?
yeah,
Like a
yeah,
yeah, okay. Um, Yeah, so I think that she needs to get out of her own way a little bit. Like, there's the effort that I would suggest for her is the kind of like showing more of herself, like stop hiding kind of thing. I think that she oftentimes works from a place of how she thinks other people will accept her work or what they want instead of the ideas that she has,
yeah,
because she's a little
yeah,
bit off of center, like her ideas and so forth. She's like that vivacious spirit that I want to that I keep going back to. It's like she has some really good ideas, but they're what's the word? Um, I don't know what's the word. It's like I have these paint fumes around me. My brain is on paint right now. It's like uh they're not wild ideas. They're just
ahead of time,
yeah, yeah.
ahead of time. Yeah,
Yeah, ahead of time, kind of progressive, edgy, maybe
yeah,
like in her own state. And I think that she hides some of that stuff. And that, to me, that energy that's connected to her core is the thing that will, like, everyone will go, oh, geez, wow. But
yeah,
it may take a minute for
yeah,
everybody to get on board with that, but that will ultimately be like her signature, almost like
yeah,
signature style, her signature edge. That to me feels
yeah,
like what she's hiding.
yeah. Wow. And I'm feeling and I'm sensing and I like, yeah, I like what you say.
What
So
What do you say?
yeah, well, I have to read my notes.
Okay.
So, so Ben said, and for the viewers, Ben is my spirit guide. He's my filter, so everything goes through him. That she has to reflect on, like October, November, December. She has to reflect on everything she's done. everything in detail, like the joy her clients felt and all the progression she made. And when she thinks about that, new ideas will come automatically. That's her way of receiving new ideas.
I'm like
But when she,
regenerating. Hmm.
yeah, but when she is like, I have to do something, or maybe she's impatient or frustrated, then it works counterproductive.
Hmm.
So she shouldn't do anything, but just think about all the things she already did and the things that were successful. That
Mm.
will help her immensely. And let's see. Oh yeah, when she's working, she will have epiphanies about the idea. So working for her is also receiving new ideas.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, it is. I think she needs to get back in touch with that her inner rock star, you know,
Yeah.
and like those negative messages of I don't know, like I'm saying, like she's gonna be rejected or she's aged out or something like that. She's not presenting from that place of her inner rock star. So hopefully
Yeah.
those things will help her.
Yeah, and you know, I feel her energy now also, and her energy, she's not young in terms of I have fruit flies here.
Uh,
Who invented fruit flies?
I
I
know.
want to talk about that. Okay. So when I feel her energy, she feels really young, like fit and energetic. So she has so much to give. And what else? The fruit fly distracted me.
We are challenged today with the paint smells and the fruit flies.
Fruit flies.
It's real
Yeah.
life though, right? Ooh, I'm
Yeah.
hot flash as we're talking.
Oh, of course. Why not? It's take your time. And I think that's what I wrote down for her. Yeah. Ben said use October, November, and December to reflect. Yeah, that's her way to receive new ideas. And
Yeah.
it's not general, it's specifically for her.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So I hope this helps for her.
I do too. That's what I was gonna say, Petra, you know, get to it because she's got a lot of I even see like her like in that hiding, like just continue to express herself, you know, with her
Yeah.
how she wears her hair and her glasses and her, you know, it's like get back to her real authentic truth. Maybe that's a good way to say what I was trying
Yeah.
to say before. Yeah.
Yeah. And I also feel like maybe people think she's weird when she's doing that. And I think she's going to release that finally,
Yes.
to just be who she is. And
Right.
it's a lonely road. That's what I also feel. But it has to be because you have to um, come to your own core. And
Mm-hmm.
that's a lonely road.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many fruit flies I will kill, but is there a limit on everyday killing of fruit flies? Is there,
No, just
will I still go to heaven?
send them back to Buddha. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going off topic, but while we're talking about that, here's what I did yesterday. I
Yeah.
feel terrible about it. I have this ant problem around my cat food. And
Oh,
I know, and I feel bad for
yeah.
the cat because he's got to, you know, eat his food around all the ants trying to get into his food. I have no idea
Yeah.
where the ants are coming from. So I have this mat underneath his dishes and and so I pour and it's got ridges in the mat and so I pour water in it to try to keep the ants from crawling to the dish and I guess drown them, you know. So my cat sitter this morning because I'm out of town, I'm at the house. She was like, I'm cleaning the cat dishes and the mat has a bunch of water in it.
Yeah.
Is that on purpose? I said, yeah, I'm trying to drown those fuckers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I hate to say it because they are living beings, but you know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but what else can you do? I
I,
mean, you can put like these boxes, these ant boxes with poison in it.
it's the same thing. I know. I mean, it's
It's
like,
the same thing.
yeah,
But did it help? So did it
it helps sometimes. Yeah, it does help sometimes. Yeah,
okay.
kind of a
Oh
good,
well.
good remedy. Yeah. Okay, back to scheduled programming. Let's see. I have another one from
From
Lisa. My mom passed June 21st of this year. It might be too soon. If any messages come through. So first of all, I want to say, I don't think it's ever too soon unless the person, I have had a couple of experiences with people, one being my own grandmother. It took her a very long time to,
yeah,
I think, feel comfortable to communicate with me because of her belief
yeah.
systems that she had while she was
Oh
alive.
yeah.
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 So I knew that she was there and she would kind of appear in the readings, but she never would say anything. Um,
Yeah.
but now she does. And because I think she's found out it's okay, she's made
Yeah.
peace or come to understand what it is.
Yeah.
But I
Yes.
don't think it's
No.
ever really too soon. So that's my 2 cents. Do
No.
you have any 2 cents about that?
Yeah, no, and some people, for me to connect with my mother took me 6 years.
Mm,
And but sometimes, like a friend of mine, she died in the afternoon, and that same evening she talked to me.
hmm.
I'm still here.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it does. It's for everyone. It's different.
it is different. Yeah.
So and it's her mother, Lisa's mother.
Yes.
She's deceased. Okay, okay. Let's see if we can connect with her. I feel that her mother had a sick bed, and because I feel a lot of relief coming from the mother, relief that she could leave her body behind.
Mm,
And I also feel tremendous amount of love. I see Lisa, and then I see two other children. But the thing is, I can always see miscarriages and abortions. So
mm,
I never know how many children are walking on this planet. But
hmm.
I do see two other children as well.
Hmm.
So
Those,
siblings.
I think those may be Lisa's children that you're seeing, but I'm not sure. It could be her siblings.
Okay, okay. And I feel that Lisa knows about that someone's never gone, and that she's also relieved that her mother is free,
Hmm.
free from her body. And there's a name wanting to come through, and it's a biblical name. It's Abraham. So maybe he was called Abe, or but it's connected to Lisa's mother's father.
Mm,
So Lisa's grandfather. Yeah, that's right. Um, and I don't feel her right here. Sometimes I feel these spirits here, but this is the information I get from Ben.
okay. All right. Well,
And
that's
it was really quiet and very spiritual when she died. It was very like a golden energy in the room,
mhm.
like almost sacred, like there were angels around her and everything. It was beautiful.
Well,
And Lisa's mother is very beautiful, by the way. She's very aware and very high awareness.
mm,
Yeah.
it's interesting you say that about the golden light because I feel like what I'd like, and I know Lisa, so I don't know her
Ah,
super well, but I know her sort of well, but I don't know
yeah.
anything about her mother or any of this. But what I will say is I was feeling like that that there is significance of her mother and her dying on June 21st near the summer solstice. And I feel her mother saying
Ah,
it was like the beginning of this new transition and this new period for Lisa. And she wants her to, remember her through the sun and through the beginning, the germination of the sunflower starting to grow during
ah.
that time. And those may be I'm getting choked up just talking about it.
Yeah, me too.
Ah,
Me
like
too.
to use
Oh
this,
gosh.
yeah, to use
Yeah.
sunflower as a representative,
Yeah.
a symbol of her mom, because I think that was
Yeah.
really planned on purpose,
Yeah.
of course, in a higher spiritual way. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I also feel that her mother had trouble letting go, and I completely understand. And then all of a sudden, it's like there was a switch in Lisa's mother's head, and then she passed like really quickly. She could let go of everything,
Mhm,
and that was so beautiful. It takes my breath away. She
mhm.
was like ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a
Ah,
A lot of love around for sure. But I
Yes.
know, I know that there was a lot of stress leading up to that time. You know, it was a period,
Yeah.
um, you know, a
It
lot
came back.
going on, and yeah, a lot going on in everyone's personal lives, and then the mom kind of hanging on, that kind of thing is the way it feels like. So
Yeah.
but that's why to me that honoring of like this warmth and this sun and this brilliance and energy
Yeah.
of her passing at that time seems very
Yeah.
like passing
Beautiful.
it forward, you know, passing that part forward for herself.
Yeah, with all the love she has for
Yeah.
Lisa.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, do you know who Teresa is? No, of course you don't know.
Sure. No.
But I feel I hope Lisa can answer you because that's also a name I hear with her mother, Teresa.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful name, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I need a sip of water.
I'll take one too. Mm.
Ah, what a loss for Lisa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, her mother was the best. She really was the best. I can feel that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And does she have a son and a daughter?
Lisa,
Yeah,
I think so.
be- because I feel that the youngest one, they're both very spiritual, her
Yes,
very
they are.
highly sensitive.
Yeah.
And the youngest one will say to Lisa, "Look, I made a drawing of grandma," and then pointing towards her. I don't know how young her children are. It could be her grandchildren who are going to make um, drawings of Lisa's mother, but they can see and feel her, and that will give Lisa goosebumps. Like, whoa,
Yeah. Well, I know one of her children at least is very artistic, creative. And that's what I
yeah,
mean is like I feel like this is almost like a I mean, don't get me wrong, I know that death and loss is a difficult, but for some of us, and I feel it in this case, this feels like for Lisa an invitation or initiation into the grander motherhood, you know, into their own light and their own
yeah,
sense of empowerment and energy and family
yeah,
and so forth. I feel healing coming, I guess is what I want to say, you know, a strengthening coming
yeah,
for all of them.
yeah.
Yeah. And it kind of was initiated
Oh,
by her mother's
that's
passing.
beautiful.
Mm,
Yeah, wow, that's beautiful.
mm.
It is.
Well, thank you for speaking to her. Or thank you, Lisa,
Oh,
for asking the question.
yeah,
Yeah. All right. Do you have another one?
yeah. I have a question from Regina, and her question is, "Am I getting the role I want? Am I getting the role I want?" And then, yeah, do you want to sense first? Because Ben is always so practical, and he always gives this practical, and sometimes it's just nice to also just feel like who's around someone helping them.
Yeah. So, did you say role like a position or like a acting job kind of thing? Because when I hear role, I think acting job.
Yeah, I think Regina is, sorry, Regina, if I'm wrong, but I think she's a singer in
Yeah.
with opera and things.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, so a role in a
in the show.
opera. Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I can tune into Regina here. You know Regina?
No, only by on Instagram.
Okay. Do you know if she has kind of curly or wavy hair?
Yeah, I think so. I can watch. I can look at her photo
Yeah.
if you want to know.
Want to take a look. Yeah. I always like to know that if I'm tuned into the right person because
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah, yeah.
this is remote, you know, so I just want to see if I'm tuned into the right person.
Okay, let me see. I'm looking at photos. Oh yeah, you're
Wavy.
right.
Yeah.
You're
It's also,
absolutely right.
is it also darker hair? Like it's not,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, okay. I
yeah.
think I have her. Um, does she have colored lipstick like I mean maybe she doesn't all the time, but is it more like vibrant lipstick going on?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
okay,
true.
okay.
Wow, you're
Um,
amazing.
um, let's see.
And by the way, I got her mixed up with someone else. Now that I see her photo, I remember it's not sorry, Regina, it's not opera, it's an actress.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was thinking originally. That's when you said opera, I wasn't getting a
Yeah.
singer, but so this is a difficult question to answer, I feel like, because I'm not getting that this specific role that she's asking about is a positive right now.
Yeah, I have the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
But so I say it's difficult because I don't think this is the best role for her, really. I think that there's
yeah,
another role coming
yeah,
in the next, not that far, couple of months. I mean, she's going to get impatient, I think, but it's not like years
yeah.
away. I feel like it's,
No,
a couple of months maybe away or so, a few months away. And
yeah,
it will serve her, initially, she may go, well, this role isn't as good as the other role, but I feel like this other role that she's going to get is going to position her somehow to meet different people and so forth. Like it's going to do more for her in the long run than this role that she would.
in different words, Ben said the exact same thing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I'm not kidding you. And maybe people who are watching thinking, yeah, this is just, they made it all up.
No, we
But
haven't
this
even
is,
talked.
sorry.
We haven't even talked.
No, but people always think these things. But Ben said exactly, he said, you will do audition for a part and you think, moi, I don't really like it, but that will lead you to the role you want.
Okay. Yeah.
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 So
So
that's
hang in
amazing.
there. Hang in there, Regina. Just
Yeah.
don't hang everything on this one. I think this is
No.
also too a little bit of a personal growth lesson for her about um, the energy and the power that she gives other things, and things outside of her.
Mm.
So I think in this time period of while she's quote waiting or working on her craft and
Yeah.
there may be some work there to do about how she's available and receiving and her relationship to her own craft and her worth. So that's
Yeah.
just all I would add to that.
Yeah. It feels to me like she's getting ready for that big part.
Mhm.
And that part is not known yet, but it's a different part than she wants.
Yeah.
And she's getting ready to receive it. Yeah. So Ben said it's plural because she asked, am I getting the role I want? And Ben said plural roles.
Mm.
It's not just one role, but it will be roles. So that's good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you said, hang in there. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
So
not
that was like a very easy question for us to answer.
Mhm.
And I like these questions every now and then.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're
Yeah,
saying originally. It's when it's more
yeah,
specific and it's about a specific thing. And that's
yeah,
what I want people to understand when they get readings. You don't have to give everything away, but if you can get specific about what your questions are and not just like tell me anything, right?
yeah,
It's the reader so much, usually just to tune
yeah,
right in, and
yeah,
can
yeah,
get more done actually. We can,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Do much more.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely true.
All right. So here's one from Linda.
Yeah,
Linda
Linda.
says,
Yeah,
how does my dad feel about how my mom is being cared for now that he has passed? So her father's passed and she wants to know
yeah.
how he feels about how her mother's being cared for.
Okay. Um, it's okay the way she's being cared for. There are good days and bad days, and sometimes it's really difficult for others to take care of her because of the needs she has and everything. But overall, it could be better, but it's not bad.
Mhm. I would say
That's
that.
what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would say
yeah,
the same thing. I think that the kids are like, I think maybe Linda and whomever else, or maybe it's more just Linda's taking, um, is feeling some guilt and pressure about the need to do more or people being around
yeah,
there more, which I understand. But I think
yeah.
this is the part that's, that I think none of us really want to look at sometimes because we do take
Mm-hmm.
life so personally and like that we are
Yeah,
so personal in it.
yeah,
But we cannot solve or fix or change another person's life karma or life
yeah,
contract, and life
yeah,
learning, soul learnings and so forth. We can't change that.
yeah,
And it's sad sometimes to watch like people that we love
yeah,
be lonely or to not have 24/7
yeah,
care, that kind of thing.
yeah.
So I think, there as well that there could maybe, there could be some action taken to provide a little bit more of that,
Mm-hmm.
um, but
Yeah,
also
I
this
also,
is the way it is and it's not bad.
yeah, I also feel that, and maybe these are Linda's shoulders, but I feel there are several people looking after her mother, but some of them do way more than others.
Yes. Right.
And I don't know, I hope, yeah, maybe it's Linda who has to do a lot of things, but Linda has a very busy life. So, and that can really put you in a burnout if you have to take
Mhm.
care of your mother.
Right. And that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. Like this feeling of guilt comes up and it's
Yeah.
guilt and a little bit of resentment because I feel like maybe there's somebody else who's closer in physical
Mm,
proximity to the mother that isn't
yeah.
doing as much and they could
Yeah.
be, um,
Yeah.
or and again, it's hard for us to say because everybody has their own relationships with different people and the reasons why
Exactly.
they do and don't do
Yeah.
things, but
Yeah.
so, okay, but you know what? I just want to be clear or honest or just as fully transparent.
Hmm.
To me, that
Yeah.
information came from my guides. I didn't really even tune into Linda's father. So I don't know if you did or not, but that
I
information from
got,
general.
yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry. I I speak through you.
Yeah.
That's not okay. Yeah, I got it from Ben too. I got it like, and her father is doing very well,
Mhm.
actually. And so, but I don't feel him here. So I got the information from my guides too. Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting when I tune into her father, I get a loving man and a patient man and also I think he's kind of reminding me now that time and energy and so forth on the other side is very different than how it is now and and to him it's almost like no time has gone by, and
Mm.
he knows he will be um in company with her mother. It will seem like
One
no
day.
time at all. Um,
Yeah.
I too get a sense that he's doing well and he feels like a practical man, kind of an old-fashioned practical man in a certain way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah. And I think I think he wasn't very healthy at the end.
yeah.
I feel something with his legs. Maybe he had difficulty walking,
Yeah.
things like that.
So I'm getting a name like a Jim, Tim, something like that, or a name surrounding those names, Jim, James, Timothy, or something like that. I don't think Tim,
Yeah.
but maybe Jim or James. I wonder who he is, if that is him. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That would be great if Linda could can respond.
yeah. Linda, let us
Yeah.
know in the comments. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe it's a lesson for the one who needs to, oh, not who needs, but who has to do all these things for her mother to set boundaries,
Right.
to say, look, can somebody help me here? We have to hire someone to help.
Mm,
Maybe I'm leaning also towards that
mhm.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good. Do you have another one?
okay. Um, yeah, I have a question from Mark. I never gave Mark a reading. And what caused the early death of my friend and coworker Jacob?
Mm.
That's a lovely name, the old-fashioned Jacob.
Mm. Hmm. All right. So when I think it's Jacob that I'm feeling
Mm.
nervous when I'm in Jacob's energy, like ADD, kind of nervous inside, I am getting something about drugs, but I don't know that that was the cause of death, but like he was self-medicating kind of a lot, it feels like. Trying to stay level and grounded.
Mhm.
Um, and what was his question? Sorry, I lost the question.
Yeah, when we are sensing, we forget everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What caused the early death of my friend and coworker Jacob?
Oh, what caused? Uh,
Yeah, I feel a very, um, also very like quiet man. Not quiet in the sense that he didn't talk much, but I feel that he spoke a lot with Mark on essential things about life and things, but he was very private to a
yeah,
lot of people.
that's what I mean. I feel more of an internal struggle than I think a lot of people knew about. You know,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
doesn't feel recent. It feels like part of him, like his most of his life. Um,
yeah.
it does to me have like I just keep coming back to the drugs and again it's not like he
Yeah,
was a drug addict but I feel like that either there was something going on maybe that he didn't even know about with his health or something and
yeah,
he maybe went a little too far with a combination
yeah,
of things alcohol,
yeah,
drugs, or even the medicine that he was taking to cope.
yeah,
um
yeah.
I don't get suicide. Um,
No, me neither.
yeah,
Me neither.
it feels though like it's interesting. It's the kind of mystery to me that feels like whatever is even on the death report that they're showing isn't the full story, and that's what I
Yeah,
mean. It feels like something inside
yeah,
that, or either something's inside that people didn't know was going on, and then they're blaming or, saying it's this, or they're
yeah.
saying it's the thing that was going on inside, but they're leaving out this other factor of what was going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that what you have too?
Yeah, well, I got that it was something in his head. And then I asked, but what caused it? And then Ben said, yeah, a lot of things.
Yeah, I was kind of troubled.
Yeah. And Jacob, I saw him and he did this, like I wanted to leave instantly. That was the way I wanted to go. I didn't want to be like learn how to eat and to walk again and to talk again and be a burden to people who had to take care of me because he was so like drawn inwards.
Mm,
And he said I just wanted to go out, like, but he didn't do it, but on purpose. It
right.
wasn't suicide, but he liked the way he went.
Yeah.
So maybe you never know. You never know what people can do.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like he was also a very smart person. I feel like a lot
yeah,
that's what I mean. He's kind of nervous, like the mind stuff, the ADD, like things are moving really fast and it's very
yeah,
challenging though, and
yeah,
hard to deal with. Like I don't feel comfortable at all when I'm in his energy, I
mm-hmm,
feel,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. So that's,
yeah,
I would say, yeah, it's not
Yeah.
super clear, but it feels like a combination
Of things.
yeah.
Yeah, and that led to, I feel like a massive stroke that killed him.
Mm,
And yeah, and I also felt that Mark, who asked the question, he felt like a brother to him,
mm.
like really connected to each other, very almost yeah, brothers
Yeah,
more
but
than
it's funny
friends.
because I get it more like, yes, that they were close, but only in a specific kind of way, like they didn't really hang out that much, but
Yeah,
they were connected, in just this particular kind of way.
yeah,
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to find out about that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, does that resonate for you? Like I don't know, it's like medications like for Adderall, like Adderall or something, or like, that kind of stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I also noticed that he didn't like talking about himself. He
Mm,
put the focus on Mark, talking about Mark, and then I know, okay, you don't like to talk about yourself, which is fine, of course,
mm,
which
mhm.
is fine.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and he's happy he went and he didn't have a sick bed.
Hmm.
He just left. Like to me, it feels like a couple of seconds and then he was gone.
Mm,
That's how it feels to me. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So I hope Mark is happy with this answer.
Yeah. It's hard when we don't know.
Yeah.
It's a curious thing, isn't it? It's like, what does it do for us to know? I think we try to we don't want the people we love to suffer. So we're trying to
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
amends ourselves of,
Yeah.
are they okay?
Yeah.
I feel like Jacob is better now than he was when he was here.
Yeah. And he's also very interested in politics, not literally, but more what is going on in the world, what's happening, what do they want to do, things like that. He's very, like you said, I feel analytical, and you said very in the mind. So that's what I feel too. And he's still interested, like, how do they do that? Or who was the first person who lived on Earth? Things like that. He wants to go deep,
Hmm.
very smart in his way of thinking. He always thinks outside the box, and he's still doing that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
good. Yeah, thanks, Mark. Well, I don't have any other questions. Do you?
I have one left.
Okay.
Okay. Um, it's from Christine, and her mother passed away on September 15.
Hmm.
That's a week and a half.
Wow.
And her mother is Dina.
Dina?
Dina. Her full name is the most beautiful name. It's Ludivina, and they called her Dina.
Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't had contact with her. I couldn't get contact with her mother, with Dina, but then said a couple of things. But I do feel she will be in contact with her mother. But her mother just needs a little bit more time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so does she have a specific question or no?
No, that she wants to know if she's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I feel similarly. I do have a woman here. I feel like her nails are painted and she kind of has this character feeling to her, to me, or maybe it's almost like a pseudo image of herself or something like that. Um,
Hmm.
but I feel similar. I can sense her, but I don't have anything. Let me see if there's something.
I had the same when I tried to connect with her. I couldn't feel anything. And
Yeah.
then I know that it takes more time.
Yeah, sometimes it does. That's what we were saying earlier. I mean, it's been a week and a half or so.
Yeah.
I mean, I do get a sense that she's okay. I don't get a sense of suffering around her right now, but I get that sense most always with people who've passed over. I feel like there's some
Yeah.
people that, yeah, but I
Yeah.
feel like I don't know.
Peace.
I get a very lively like feeling around her. So either she was that way in life, like kind of boisterous or funny woman kind of thing, or she's having the time of her life right now, one or the other, you know.
Yeah.
I just kind of get this sense of like meeting, you know, like I've got this sense of her like meeting new people and talking like chatty, like she's the chatty woman, and
Yeah.
meeting,
Yeah.
she's occupied and busy, and it's like amazing and great. And so either she was like that here, or that's what she's doing right now, one or the other, or maybe both, you know,
Yeah.
maybe both.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
had the exact same thing that she was really busy all the time.
yeah. Yeah,
And
but
she want to,
not busy doing something super important, but she had like a, you know,
yeah.
her own life was kind of busy,
Yeah.
you know, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt and so I asked Ben, like, is she okay? And he said more than okay,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
she can do things. She can do a lot more than the things she could do on Earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's keeping busy, and
Yeah.
that's nice. And Ben said it will take the question of Christine. He asked the question that if Christine goes to a psychic medium within 3 to 5 months, she can get a full reading. You got the same thing?
I got three. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It just takes a little time for her mother to yeah, to adjust, no, not adjust, but more like, where am I? Oh, I'm here. Oh, I want to see this person and that person. And yeah,
Yeah.
she wants to do all these things. Yeah,
Yeah. That's why I hear like I heard three and I heard, you know, to get her to settle. That's what I mean. I feel like she's
yeah,
very boisterous, you know, just like bubbly and
yeah.
all over the place. Yeah.
And young, and
Mm,
young. I
mm,
have the feeling that she had a very, I don't know how, what her age was when she died, but her energy is very young.
yeah.
Yeah, and I hear very high laughter. Like, you know, women who have this really high laughter and
Yeah.
everyone laughs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hear that.
I mean, boisterous. Yeah. Yeah. I think she's more than fine also. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was nice. Okay, well, these were my questions.
Good. Well, we did mine too. I did have one more also, but well, let me see if I can pull it up on Facebook. She had trouble submitting it for some reason. And then I had
Oh,
trouble reading what she sent. So let me give it 1 second and
yeah.
see if I can
Oh,
find it here.
that I can kill a fruit fly.
Okay. It's from Jessica. I
Jessica.
tried to ask a question and couldn't get to the submit button. Could be my phone. Oh, what should I do? Oh, sorry. Well,
Oh,
no,
that was her question. Well, that's easy.
I know. Okay. Well, so that's it for our questions today. I'm responding to her. That's too bad. Well, next time.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah, next time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. So thanks for doing the show with me.
yeah. I love this. Thank you so much. We should do it again
We
and
will.
let people ask more questions. Yeah, I love it. This is also new for me. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Awesome. And so
great.
we'll put our websites and how you can contact each of us in the, in the description,
Link.
and hopefully we'll
Yeah.
hear from some new people soon. And if you have any
Yeah.
other questions or needs in the meantime, reach out to either of us. We both do personal readings. We both have a lot going on, so let us hear from you.
Yeah. Great.
Barbara.
Thank you. Bye.